Hey, it's Lyric Swan, and you're watching Ball Control on YouTube. Cue the intro, MJ.
What's good? BALLCONTROL. Ball Control family, it's your boy MJ. We back with another video, and we gotta hop into some stuff with this Stephen A. and LeBron James situation. I know it's been viral the last week, especially within the last couple of days, but Stephen A. went on to the Gilbert Arenas podcast and basically doubled down on his stance in more of an unfiltered way. You know what I'm saying? He didn't hold back, especially. So I'm going to play a little bit of that. I'm not going to play the full thing, but I'm going to give y'all a little taste of it. But before we hop into that, just one favor I got to ask for some of you guys. If you are new, please go down there and hit the like button. That's the best way to support this channel, the ultimate way. Just go down there. It takes 2 seconds, not even out of your life. And it's free, free 99. So go down there, smash the like button. Hey, if you like what you're listening to, if you like the content, if you like my channel, period, while you down there, go down there and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? That would be greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? Again, if you want to support this channel, the best way to do it, go down there and just hit the like button. Just like up the video for me. Wasn't able to give my opinion on this whole situation, but I'm going to give my opinion in this video right after I show you guys what Stephen A. had to say. So go ahead and roll it.
Confronting you in the aftermath of that situation?
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside, and I stand up, and then I got my head turned. And then I turned back around, and a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter. Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turned around, and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me, and he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit, it hit him. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you gotta talk about it. This is you and him. You gotta talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Rich.
And there you have it. He went a little bit more, not really in depth in the situation, but basically harping on the fact that, you know what I'm saying, LeBron James came at him as a father standpoint and all that other stuff. So, yeah, that's basically what he said later on. But y'all get the gist of it. Y'all get the whole point. You know what I'm saying? Stephen A. basically gave you his raw and legit feelings, not the corporate ESPN version, but his real feelings on the whole situation. Now, my opinion on this whole situation, good for Stephen A. Smith for standing on business. I got a little bit nervous. I didn't think he was going to stand on business when he got on ESPN. But good that he stood on business and, you know what I'm saying, pretty much gave what a lot of us kind of feel. You know what I'm saying? It was a weak move by LeBron James. It was soft as hell, in my humble opinion. Look, this is what everybody needs to understand. I get it. Bronny James is his son. I get the whole father angle and standpoint. I get all that. But LeBron James, your son is not exempt from criticism. I'm sorry. Unless Stephen A. Smith went out of bounds or said something out of pocket, said something that shouldn't have been said, then what's the point of you confronting him? Like, LeBron is 20 years old. He's not a kid. He's an adult, a young adult, but he's an adult. Stephen A. Smith has a job just like LeBron James has a job, just like everybody else have a job. His job is to give his, of course, takes, his opinions on NBA players and sports in general. So LeBron James, if your son is the subject of a conversation and it's to the criticism that you're not liking, deal with it. LeBron James, you should know this more than anybody. This is a part of his job. Unless Stephen A. Smith says something out of bounds, then no. Like, what's the point of confronting Stephen A.? You didn't even want to talk to Stephen A. Smith behind closed doors. You didn't even want to talk to him. Stephen A. straight up, y'all heard the clip. He straight up said, yo, we could talk about this, you know, on like out of the public eye. We could talk about this behind closed doors. We could go have a phone call about it, whatever. This man talking about no. So what the hell do you do in that situation? Get it. LeBron James went into father mode. I get all that. But this is what he should have said to Bronny if Bronny felt some type of way what Stephen A. said. Hey, Bronny, look, you're going to have media pundits give their opinions and their takes about you, whether it's positive or negative. That is their job. We may not like it, you know what I'm saying, per se. We may disagree with it. But don't let that shit get to you. Focus on your craft. You're going to have people talk about you in a negative and positive light. It is what it is. Once again, that is their job. Just like your job is to hoop. That is what LeBron James should have said to Bronny. Instead, no, he wanted to get in his feelings just like his son and went up to Stephen A. Smith like a child and just started berating Stephen A. Smith for no absolute apparent reason. Lastly, I'm going to say this. Look, LeBron, your son is not the first player or son or Nepo baby, whatever you want to call it. He's not the first to be talked about by the media, and he sure as hell won't be the last. Get over it. So anyway, thought I'd be said, y'all go in the comment section. Y'all let me know. Do you agree with LeBron or Stephen, or you just don't give a fuck? Salute to everybody at home. Salute to everybody watching the video. I'm your boy MJ. I'm out. Peace.